Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Debates Never Die, the first live episode of 2025. And a lot has happened since the last time the three of us were sitting in this room together. We're going to unpack some of that. But before we get deep into this episode, we need to address one thing, something very important. You'll notice my friend here is wearing a shirt that doesn't really reflect, what you might have seen or heard of him on D&D. And I guess this is an opportunity to just remind everyone that if you talk too much in life, you will pay the price. So Khanya, I'll start with you today. How are you, sir? And do you want to just tell everyone why on earth you're wearing a United jersey?
So I'd like to just start off by saying I have no regrets. The reason I'm here is because I asked United to win a game for me, or to get points rather against Liverpool, and they did. I think it was Amram's first big moment. Second of what? Like 5 max. Yeah. And I was rooting for him. I wanted to see something, and I believe, if I put something on the line for him, he'd do something for me. And he did on that day. It's a shame that ultimately Arsenal let me down. And here we are, wearing tabs red. Right now we're both in 15th. Like, how are you feeling as an insider?
I think you look good in red. This red suits you. We don't have to get too much into United. We've got time today. We've got time to address everything today. Mvu, welcome back. Good to have you with us again. Like I said, a lot has happened since the last time we were here. You were the bearer, the harbinger of doom, if you will, the last time we were here. And I mean, if anyone deserves their daps, it was you.
Fair enough,
the way things have panned out. But how are you today?
I'm okay. I'm at peace.
So yeah, let's get into it then. I think we can just be open and honest about today's episode, guys. I'd like us to. Enough has happened this season where, let's just be honest, we're not playing for anything. We are not playing for anything. We are not playing for anything. You're not playing for anything. Like none of us are playing for anything. Yeah. So what I'd like us to do today, instead of unpacking, why is United in 15th? Why Arsenal out of the title race? Like, I want us to get a crystal ball and instead now look at, the traditional top 6 teams and just let's look at where they currently are and do some projections. Like, give them trajectories. Where do we think these teams are headed? So let's start. Let's go in the order of the Premier League table. Liverpool flying high. The last time we were here, who dapped on a slot? It was me.
Me too.
We dapped on a slot for his incredible start to the season. We dapped Liverpool's ability to just get results over the line. I specifically pointed out the fact that the best place to be at the halfway stage of the season is 7 to 9 points clear of your rivals because it gives you cushion. And we've seen in the last 8 to 12 weeks, Liverpool using that cushion to their advantage, not playing that great, getting the job done, spilling points as they please. And they've somehow extended the gap. Liverpool are further ahead than they were like 3 weeks ago, despite drawing at Everton, drawing at Villa. Shout out to Lisiba. Maybe those are blessings. Maybe we see this thing differently. But Liverpool, it looks in all likelihood like they should win the league.
They're going to. Let's not.
No. But I don't want to be caught on camera saying.
No, it's not.
I do want to be caught on camera.
It's not going to be your fault if they fuck up from here, bro.
True. But I mean, okay, cool. So Liverpool,
I'm
champions elect Liverpool. So they've got a league title in the back, which is number one, huge for Arne Slot. To come in first season and match Klopp's entire Premier League legacy. Some would even say surpass it because Klopp won a COVID league.
Come on.
Klopp won a COVID league. I'm saying some would say.
20 points clear.
The fans, there are no fans in the stadium. There's also drunk Man City. So see, there's similarities. But Slot, chip in the bag, reached the final. Liverpool 60-40 favorites to win that final as it stands. They should win that final. They could lose it, but they should. We're talking potentially 2 chips in the bag for Slot. And then how they are in the Champions League. They've got PSG, but it's still Liverpool.
Yeah.
So am I mistaken in thinking that right now it's a very good time to be a Liverpool fan? And the next year, like looking towards next season, like things are up. Or that elephant in the room that you spoke about last time, which is the contract situation. Like who's going to be there next year? So tell me about Liverpool's trajectory in your head. Like what's happening there?
Well, I'm a bit butthurt. Not about Arsenal at this point. I've made peace. My team's in a bad place. But I don't think that Liverpool are set up that well right now. I think there's still so much mystery about what next season looks like that if I was a Liverpool fan, I'm wearing that shirt today. So maybe Maybe
in the next episode, we don't know what you're doing.
maybe whatever hatred you guys have for them is spilling over. But I don't think that they're in such a great place that they should be like, next season we're going to push on. There's still a lot to figure out. It could very easily be that this is Salah's last season. And given the fact that he's the majority of why they are where they are, if Trent's also leaving, they won't be like this far ahead this time next year. And I think that's a big thing to keep in mind, that they actually have a rebuild on their way.
So I was about to say that. So now, this hurts me to say, but if I'm looking at the traditional top 6 and I'm saying, okay, who do I back to rebuild effectively? I pick Man City first because of their spending power and their track record of being able to make enough good decisions. They can cover up their misses. I think we touched on that last time. But then after that is Liverpool. Yeah. Because they don't seem to make a lot of bad decisions. So you talk about them having to do a rebuild. If I'm a Liverpool fan, that doesn't make me nervous. I don't think that makes me nervous. It seems like they'll go into that rebuild knowing what has brought them success. And it's just the case of, number one, who do we give the contract to? Yeah. And number two, like, they seem like a club who just always sign the right style of player. Except for even your Nunes is like, the idea was obviously much better than the reality, but even he seemed like a good fit. Yeah. They seemed to sign good fit. You can see
why they did it.
So I don't back them to go into a window and make 5 signings and 3 of them are bad. They'll probably get 3 hits. 3 hits, 1 maybe, and then a miss. A Tsimikas. Even Tsimikas is not a miss. If they get another Tsimikas, that's a 5-year, that's a slow burner, but it's not a miss. So I'm saying I back them. So
I hear why it goes, just to add on to your point, is because I feel like you're also going to counter that, which is fine. I think a lot goes into the fact that if they do win the league, they will be able to attract more of the best players, whoever that is. So I share the same sentiment. I think they'll be fine. It's just a matter of if their owners are willing to invest a lot of money, which I think them holding out on these contracts with these players who are great players are just old. They want to save and make sure that, look, bro, when the time comes to sign players next season, we have enough funds available to first not be in breach of the PSR rules and be able to have a good enough wage structure where if they sign a young talent or a talent that needs to be on 200K a week or whatever it is, they will have the room to do so.
So I hear in terms of like the feasibility.
They could sign Isak.
Sorry?
They could sign Isak. And then
no, they could. But I feel like the actual amount of options in terms of players they can replace Salah with is terrifyingly few.
And that's fine. That's fine.
So for me, it's not about what their spending capability is. Like the infrastructure around Liverpool, that's great. I'm saying the actual options to pick from, to me, make it seem like you have to keep Salah regardless. And it doesn't matter that's what they're doing or that's what they prioritize.
But why do they have to replace Salah? Why does there have to be someone that comes and does the exact same job as him?
Because they've been so reliant on individual brilliance.
But now they can sign new players to play a different way.
Yeah.
One thing I'm thinking is that I think it's actually better that for them, Jude Bellingham is off the market. Moises Caicedo is off the market. This £100 million midfielder is off the market right now. So they will now just be smart in the midfield market and probably strengthen their midfield. Get either cover for Gravenberch or a player of that ilk to free Gravenberch up to play a different role. They've got enough guys. Then the midfield is not aging. It needs a boost. You talk about replacing Salah. Who did Salah replace when he came? Salah wasn't nowhere near the finished article when he came. That's a 9-year investment. I'm not saying they're going to sign another player for 9 years, but they can afford to sign another slow burner. They can get another Mane-esque type player.
You say slow burner, he came in and he broke the record immediately.
100%, but I'm saying no one expected him to do that. So they don't need to sign someone who's going to come in.
That's the player he was. Like the player that launched this new era.
Alexander Isak.
But again,
except he'll cost 150. But they'll have it.
I just don't know.
They'll have it.
But if they sign Isak, it's just Isak. And the midfield does go unaddressed. That's my point. I think
they can make money from sales.
I think either way, they end the season with a gap somewhere.
I think it's important to note that if they win the league, or when they win the league, and if they win the Carabao Cup and they go far in the Champions League, Slot will have such a good buffer to be like, if they don't end in the top 2 next season, fans are not going to complain.
He'll be fine. But we're talking about where exactly where we think we'll be. I'm saying they lose Salah, they aren't title contenders.
But I'm saying the person that they sign doesn't have to make them win the league again. They can sign someone that will get them another league title in 2 or 3 seasons because he would have done so well. Now they're like, we have to back this guy. So they don't have to sign someone that's going to come in and do what Salah's done immediately.
So let's focus on what you said. You said if they sign someone, if they don't get a Salah replacement, or they're not title contenders. So I'm going to use this as a perfect opportunity to go to the next team, Arsenal. Who will be a title contender next season and why? So will Arsenal be title contenders next season? What do you have to do to become title contenders? Because the way I see it, and we've had conversations about, if you said by next Jan, 2026, if Arsenal are still in a position where they're just not showing signs of really competing and contending, maybe it's time to part ways with the manager. But in the months leading up to that is another transfer window, another opportunity for recruitment. It seemed like the window you had was unsatisfactory in the last one. The summer, winter, whatever, over there. So you guys weren't happy with that window. So you talk about Liverpool having to replace correctly. What makes you so sure that you will replace correctly so that you can? Because right now,
no, I don't think it's us.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But back your Bruce. You know what I'm saying? So what do you have to do to then surpass Liverpool? Let's assume they lose Salah. Let's assume that's a guarantee. They lose Salah, they keep Van Dijk and Trent. And so they have to splash the cash. Whether it's on Isak, whether it's on Rafa Leao, the man, Ousmane Dembele. I'm just throwing names out there, but let's assume they splash the cash.
Maybe.
Who? No, I'm joking. Yeah. So let's assume they now go big money. I don't think that brings them down a level. If anything, you say it'll keep them as number one pick on day one. So how does the chasing pack get close? Let's start with Arsenal.
So Arsenal need to have it's an era-defining window. If it doesn't get this right, it's done. I can't see a world where Arsenal don't spend heavily and aren't. You have to be within 2 points, 2 to 4 points by the time it gets January next year for me to think that Arteta really has a future at Arsenal going forward. He's had access to too much money with too few tangible results. The conversation we had, I think it was in September, where I said, regardless of what happens, Arteta is a success at Arsenal. I stand by that. But the reality is he can be a success and still not be the guy who stays on forever. He's done his job. He made Arsenal competitive again. That was the ask when he arrived. I need to see Arsenal actually commit to a window where they want to win more than anything else. Not this idea of just imagining that things will definitely get better or we'll have another chance to make these signings. The fact that we couldn't sign Sesko, we couldn't sign Nico Williams, the number one targets, and there was no secondary or tertiary targets after that is embarrassing. A series that really wants to win, you find another guy. You say, okay, cool, we couldn't get this guy. Let's try here. 100%, we're aligned. I tried to have faith. That was my big mistake.
Just tell everyone what you said.
I said we need to bid for people. Khanya laughed at me.
This guy did his career mode. But
the sentiment was you need to have. If you can't get this guy, who's the next guy? Who's the next guy? And he just laughed at me. I'm like, bro.
To be fair, at the time, I believed that if things were bad, we'd buy in January, and we didn't. And there were options in January.
But I told you that this would happen.
I didn't know that you worked as they do in the guys. That's my mistake. I didn't know that you had the inside scoop. I assumed something would happen. I assumed that if we didn't do enough in that time, in January, you'd look at Mvuleywa, you'd look at Oaks, because there were players. There were tons of players. You've seen Kolibani move. Maybe we could have taken Anthony, our guy, and we would have been in a better place. But the reality is, Arsenal failed to act, and Arsenal are approaching a window where if they don't act, it's over.
So as much as I agree with you, and I'll get to answering your question, I just want to ask you something on the point that you've made now. So I completely agree. But do you not think the board also looks at Arteta and like, bro, we gave you 110 million.
Then fire him.
Wait, but I'm saying we gave you money to sign Rice. We gave you money for another attacker and another midfielder, and you went and bought Havertz and you bought Merino. When they signed Havertz, when he made these signings, do you not think these guys might have looked at him like, okay, bro, go win with these guys that you made us buy for you?
And he almost did.
Yeah.
And he was very close.
And
you lost.
I don't want to sound like those people, because that's not the point that I'm trying to make, but we just didn't. So
you're questioning whether they'll have faith in him to give him more money if the last time they gave him money.
To make the right signings at this moment in time.
You guys don't have a sporting director right now, right?
Some guy named Jason Ater right now.
Okay.
Like it was an internal appointment.
Freddie Ljungberg, he's not there?
He doesn't
not Thomas Rosicky. He didn't bring him.
No. Okay. That was the rumor.
They should call it.
They just said former Arsenal guy. They said he's going to work there. Okay. Yeah.
Like, I don't remember us signing, besides Havertz, an attacker that we really wanted and got him. like
we've missed out on every target.
No, well, okay. The first thing he did was sign Gabriel Jesus, and that was turned out to be a bad signing because he signed a player that's injury prone and was never reliable at the number 9.
No, okay, you're right. You're right about that one. You're very right about that one. Maybe I'm just still a bit mad about this habit.
So okay, no.
Maybe
So
I think that's the. We spent 65 on him. Like surely there was other options that.
Okay, well, he was signed as a Shaka replacement. Let's not forget that. He was not signed in as an attacker.
If that really is the case, because remember at the time, I didn't believe you as a midfielder.
Then that means Jesus
I know you mean that.
We know what you thought, but I'm telling you, he was signed as a left 8.
If that's the case, strip him then. Because I can tell from here, just as a guy,
How did he
you're in the league scouting, or you're saying this is an LCM here.
No, but he thought he could change hooks. You thought he was on the rehab. No, but
he had to pay the
thought
price.
he was on the rehab.
He had to pay the price.
He did. I think he has. And then,
with his job.
no, because
there's consequences.
I think, and I'm on record as being pro Arteta in the most part. I think he made up for that by realizing that the midfield thing with Havertz just wasn't going to work, and turned him more and more into a forward.
Yeah.
But he's ultimately the limited forward.
Yeah.
He's not the 20-goal Havertz. He's not the guy who's going to make everyone else around him score. So he's hitting his head against the ceiling. And the best thing about him until January was the fact that he was always fit.
Yeah.
That was the best thing about Havertz, is that he was always available. And now he's not available. So now it looks like, oh my goodness, what a bad signing. But I think
it doesn't look like a bad signing. Let's hold up on that.
okay, it doesn't look like the greatest signing, greatest decision. If you consider the fact that he was signed as a midfielder, that there's no cover for him, that he's not really a centre forward. He's always the guy. It's like when you don't have someone to play centre forward, I'll do it, coach. He's that guy. I'll do it, coach. He's an I'll do it, coach signing. Jesus was never there. Like Havertz covered up a lot for Jesus. He did a lot for Jesus because no Havertz, what were you doing? Edin Nketiah's there. I don't think anyone backed him to be the guy. That's why you sold it. So you can't slander Havertz. And when you say you must pay,
like a bad decision.
when you say you must pay with his job, I don't think so, because he did his best to make up for it. Was he let down now in January, the fact that you didn't get a replacement? Or was that now him paying the price for actually, we should have never bought Havertz. You should have got us another centre forward, another attacking player, another wide left player. Like, that's not for me to decide. But what I want to ask you guys before we spend too long on Arsenal is, we just spoke about Liverpool. You can say they must. The top of the list is they must sort out the contract situation of the big three.
Immediately.
They must get another midfielder. And they must replace Salah.
Robinson as well. Yeah. They got to fix
Yeah, they need a left back.
Fix that.
They need a left back.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually no. I'm putting Salah in the first one. They need to sort out the big three, another midfielder, another fullback.
Yeah.
So what's Arsenal's must?
Can I go first?
Go for it.
We need to sign brave players.
Shout out to Ricky.
No.
People love Ricky's analysis.
But he's right. But
we need to
it's a bit hard to scout brave players now. That's what I'm saying.
Now you can see it, dog.
No,
you can see.
So for instance, so what I'm saying, I think we have for instance, I think Nwaneri is a brave player. It might just be that he's young.
It is because he's young.
But
he's nothing else but young.
Whoa.
No, I'm saying he's not experienced. He doesn't have pedigree.
Hey,
no, I'm saying,
like, hey, bro, like, slow down, brother.
Like, let's not do that.
No, I'm saying what he has going for him right now is that he's super young. So that's what young people do. It's why he gets to be brave every time he plays. He's not 24 years old. He didn't come for big money. There's no expectation of him to perform week in, week out yet. So yes, so something what he has going for him now is just youth. And after that is his ability. So he was not signed as a brave player.
Okay. Miles Lewis Kelly is brave. I don't care how you want to.
But I'm saying again, he's got youth in his favor. He's not a transfer.
Yes.
We're talking about transfers. So don't talk about your academy players, because you look at those two players differently. We're not doing the minute thing again, guys. We're not.
But the reason I'm saying this is because I know Odegaard's having a bad season, but I saw more bravery from him.
Nwaneri.
Yes, from Nwaneri in advanced positions than I've seen from Odegaard in a very long time.
Play the clip of Odegaard running away on the counter-attack.
and this spans on to even just last season. I think maybe fans now have this expectation that he's a match winner. So we need to sign a brave players and a match winner.
What positions?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, positions. the match
sign a brave goalkeeper. He's not going to help you.
Okay, we need another left winger. We need a left winger.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Is that because your current left winger is injury prone or is not good enough? Is this new left winger a starter?
They're not good enough.
So you're signing another starter?
Arsenal, what we need to understand now is that we have players that are just not good enough to get us over the line.
So you need to sign a starting left wide player. Okay, cool.
Yes. Okay. Martinelli can come off the bench and be our right wing option.
Okay.
We must be honest.
R.I.P. Martin.
Trossard.
Sell him online. I'm good.
Yeah, but I'm not just slagging him off. Like
No. He did what he was meant
exactly.
to do. Yeah.
So we need to sign a match-deciding left winger, and we need to sign a match-deciding centre forward. One who, when we have low blocks, there's another option that can just do something else that we need in the game. Jesus is very good with low blocks, but he's always injured, right? He can't.
It's over.
Yeah,
It's over.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's the closest thing we had to that.
Yeah.
Besides Saka, who's injured now. I think
we don't know how he's coming back.
Yeah,
We
those injuries are very
pray he
serious.
comes back, Grant.
Yeah.
But there is no guarantee that next year he can be the player that you want him to be, which is rely on him to play the
I'm not nervous.
50-game season again.
I'm not nervous.
Because one injury after this one, and he goes from 50-game soccer to 25-game soccer.
Look, again, I'd like to think Ateta does have a brain. He's aware that he's going to have to start using.
Yeah, I was going to say he has not shown that. When it comes to looking after players and their bodies and minutes,
he's made the mistake now, right? He's learned it with three different players at once.
But you're telling it like, Ateta, don't touch the stove, don't touch the stove, don't touch the stove. And then he touches it, and now you're saying, oh, he's finally learned not to touch the stove. Like, he got his warnings, bro. He got his warnings.
If we are pointing out that he has all these flaws, I point you back to what I said, January 2026, certain conversations. That's it.
And then the last one is, I think we need another midfielder because clearly...
Every season in midfield, Oaks. What's going on?
Andrew's in your parent on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So that's why we need someone that can also take the load off of Rice. Not that someone that's going to come substitute for him, but someone who I think we need a flat two or something like.
Okay. I'm going to have to cut you off there because now you're going to systems and everything.
Okay. The main point is we need
what is on the hit list? What is on the hit list?
Who are the players? Your ideal. Your perfect window.
My name is in the board, right? So I'm going to pull out a thing. I'm pulling out your left winger.
You guys,
I'm doing the board.
Let's wait at the left winger. I want Isak. It's been very clear, but you guys keep telling me I'm delusional.
Well, he's going to
have
Liverpool.
150 M.
No, you don't have 150 M.
It's fine, but I'm saying that's what I want. Just what I want.
Okay, sure.
No, but
Wait.
We're talking about Ateta must have options A, B, and C. Who's option B?
After Isak. Oli Watkins.
No.
Benjamin Sesko.
Beggars can't be choosers. I would take Watkins at our team right now, but he cannot be our starting striker.
Rasmus Højlund?
I rather bring back Eddie.
I've seen the Sesko shouts, but I don't know. I don't know too much about him.
The reality is, I think if we get Sesko, we're saying we're not competing with title this coming season.
Mamouche would have been a good signing for us.
60 to 70 M. Listen,
you could have got it for less. That's it. There's some transfers that have fake prices. Anthony, we're putting Mamouche in Grealish. Like that's a fake price. And I like Mamouche of the 3 games that I've watched.
Yeah.
But I hope he gets what all those guys with fake prices get, which is to be judged on the price tag.
He's cheaper than all of them, but it's fine.
But no, but he must be judged.
Resigning, but
I don't care.
Okay.
70 M's in Jan. You bought to save the season. So we'll judge you accordingly.
Left wing, Inaki Williams.
Thank you.
Okay. Option 2. If
no, it's enough for us now. We know the hit list. He said midfielder, wide left, centre forward. Do you agree? Is there any one of that you have to swap one, so you can't add another one?
No, he's got it right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just close off by saying, and this is to all the Arsenal fans out there, when the dust settles, right?
Me?
No, him.
Oh.
When the dust settles, we can talk about refereeing decisions, red cards, unfortunate injuries.
That's all you guys talk about.
Right? We can talk about all this, but when we look deep down, look in the mirror, and like all these players must do the same. I don't know you have us talking about it hurts. We next season we'll do whatever. These players did not show. They did not account for themselves this season. That's the truth. Like there's no other way we can look at it. We can say the same for Arteta as well. But well and truly, these guys were just not up for it. That's an honest assessment. When the dust settles, that's the truth.
Unfortunately, we don't have time to go into the whys, the hows,
that's
the
why
whats.
I said it.
I will say one thing.
Yeah?
The actual striker signing is Hugo Ekitike, Arteta.
Oh yeah, I saw that link.
Please focus.
But do you not?
You know this emoji? This is Khanya the believer. Khanya the believer.
Do you not
emoji.
think we're at a point now where we need to sign someone that is guaranteed to get us over the line? Like I think it's a good signing.
I have to cut you off. I have to cut you off. There are no guarantees. There are no guarantees.
We've missed the window.
There are no guarantees.
Because that player doesn't exist.
Even Isak is not a guarantee. He's just the next best bet. There are no guarantees in the centre forward market right now. They're either at their clubs or you have to take a chance. But enough Arsenal. We're going to go to the next highest top 6 team in order, which is Man City. So they have started their rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, as far as, but yeah.
No, we're talking traditional.
Traditional
We'll
top six.
we'll get to. So they've started their rebuild. Mamouche, Nico Gonzalez, Kusanov, the guy who always looks sad, and someone else, Victor Rice. So again, good decision makers. Like these are not like long shots. Probably overpaid for Mamouche. Who the hell is Kusanov?
That's a long shot.
Nico Gonzalez again. They had to buy him.
No, he's good.
Kusanov's good.
No, Gonzalez.
How? Who's? Okay.
No, we're going through the order.
Oh, my bad.
Kusanov is a gamble, but they probably were going to buy him. If they wanted him in January, he was on their radar. I don't think they signed anyone who wasn't on their radar. The only rush decision is probably Mamouche. The Vitor Rice and Kusanov signings, I believe, were on the radar.
Okay.
Nico Gonzalez is someone who I think in like September they realized. Because Rodri got injured, then they thought. Then Kovacic got injured, then they thought we can get away with Gundogan. Then there was that one game where Gundogan, Walker, Bernardo Silva, all the old guys were playing. And I think that was the game where they're like, okay, everyone was like, this is enough. So I think a lot of them, other than Mamouche, are long-range signings. So their rebuild has started. Then we also have Pep this week or last week coming out saying that we're going to speak to the guys' agents, the guys who can't play week in, week out, the guys who can't give you the level of physicality are out. Walker, Stones, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Grealish, all reportedly on the chopping block. I expect
Grealish.
Those 5 to be gone, which means if 5 go out, at least 5 come in. So and then they've also got, if you want anything in this period of uncertainty at Man City, is the manager's signature. They've sorted that out. They did that in November. So they've got Pep for at least another year. And they're going to say, dude, build something to compete next season. And if you don't win, you've got a foundation for the next guy. So I'll start with you this time because you've been awfully quiet this season about Pep. I've been meaning to call you out, but you used to twerk a lot for Pep. You did. I understand the Barca connection I did, but you used to go out of your... Hang on. You used to go out of your way to talk to us about Pep a lot of the time.
He's the greatest
manager. You should still tell us that now. We haven't heard from you in a while.
Okay, wait. What exactly do you want me to say about Pep?
Like, you should have come with the explanations. Why is this happening? What do you expect from the future? We haven't heard from you. We need more from you. And this is your opportunity. So now, put on your Man City hat. Your Pep hat. No, but am I lying?
You know, I'm just trying to understand what exactly
you're the guy. You're the guy for Pep. In the good and the bad.
What do you want me to say? He's not my manager.
But he was. He was is what I'm saying. He was. So put on your Man City hat. Optimism for the future, nervousness for the future. Do you back them to do a proper rebuild? And maybe if you want, you can also diagnose like what has happened this season. And do you think they can get out of it? Is it just like are they in get to the season end of the season mode, or is this the end of like an era where it's now like this? What do you think?
End of an era for him, or
the City? Man City has a club.
To be honest, I don't know if it's an end of an era for the club altogether. Like you said, the spending power that they have, if he's still there, like it would kind of be dumb to just write them off completely. Maybe for the near future, sure, but in the long term, if he does stay, I think he only has like 1 year left on his contract.
1 year extension.
So I think more than anything, it depends on what he decides to do. This guy's going through a divorce, but maybe he needs a year.
Done now.
Yeah, no, he's
going to be divorced forever.
No, I just meant that
emotionally.
He's now Pep, the divorced guy. Like,
no, I'm saying maybe after the next year, he's like, actually, boys, I can't do this. Like, I need time
he's going to go get his honey back.
Oh, you just go to Thailand for a year. Whatever it is. Whatever it is.
No, but you have to. Tuchel did it.
Divorce.
I'm not playing down divorce. No, but I do think Pep is the type to see it through.
No, I'm just saying, if at the end of his contract, like, I don't know what his decision will be. So if he stays, yes, I do think City will be fine because I do trust him to be good enough to do this rebuild at City. He somewhat did it when he first came. It was not to this extent because none of the players were actually his. So I think it might be a bit more difficult for him to do that. But this guy gets so much money, bro. Like it would be embarrassing if he doesn't do a good enough.
He spent
rebuild.
more than the entire league combined in January.
You see,
it's never been done before.
So like,
and he earned it. He earned it, right? If there's any manager who's allowed to do that, it's Pep.
But I'm saying, like, realistically, how can you think that the guy who can spend the most money, the guy who's the best manager in the league, will fail? Like I just don't see that happening in the near future.
So this is you. This is you.
Everyone,
This is you to City fans. You're saying
I
calma.
understand.
You're saying calma. They'll be fine.
I think they'll be fine if he does decide to stay.
I don't think they'll be
I have a question for you then.
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we going to see next season a new Man City? Is Pep going to evolve and go Pep 5.0 and just, because he was the one who he bought his fullbacks, then he went inverted fullbacks, then he went big centre forward, then he went 4 CBs. Are we going to see the next evolution, or do you think he's going to be like, no, I have to get my lick back. I'm going to leave here winning the way I want. What do you think?
I think it's about papering up the cracks. I don't think there's some new wave of tactical evolution he can meaningfully enforce in one season. I think he said at the start of the season in preseason, everyone thought it was like a joke. He was just playing it down. He said, I don't have the hunger to win the Premier League that I once had. That's an actual quote Pep said before the season started.
I feel the same way about certain things.
And then he said, maybe in May we'll have it again when we're fighting for it. And now they just won't be. I think the reality is that he is tired.
So you don't think the hunger's coming back?
I think
Because that's ominous then.
So you think he's going to take a sabbatical?
after the end of the season?
No,
I think this is his last club job. I think it's done.
Okay.
So we all believe he's going to see it through.
Yes, no,
Okay.
I think he would see it through, but I don't think the thinking is suddenly everything's going to be fine. He's lost De Bruyne. He has to fix Foden. He has to figure out how this Mamouche thing works long term.
This is at least a 3-year rebuild, I would say.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the idea of replacing your entire midfield to make something work with Bernardo Silva, if he's going to stay or not. The idea of trying to get all of these players in at once and then win the league. Honestly, if he does this, I will spend another bad bet, but I'll wear a City jersey.
So wait, you just said you think it's a 3-year rebuild. So does that mean they're not going to be set up to compete next year?
I think they might make top 4, but I don't think they'll be going for the league.
Might make top 4 is crazy. I think they'll make top 4. But
Yeah, no, they're still going to be in that top 4, like 4 best.
But I'm
clubs.
saying I think that's still fine for City at this moment in time, considering that they need a rebuild. That's why I prefaced what I said by saying if he stays. I just don't know if this guy's going
Are you
to
talking about beyond? We're talking about he's
Just
staying,
this coming year.
this coming year. Next year, 25, 26.
Oh no,
season.
they're not winning the league next season.
But are they going to be set up to compete? They're not going to be. Are they going to be getting blown over by Madrid, Liverpool, Arsenal? Like we're talking about 2 different things here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Top 4 fight. I don't think they'll get blown away, but I don't see them competing for the league next season.
Remember this, right? Because it's going to contribute to what I'm going to ask at the very end.
And he says I'm Pep's biggest fan. What? And
No,
see, I have an objective lens.
But and remember,
I have an objective lens, and then he says we're gonna come back to this guy.
no, I'm not coming back to face you. I'm saying remember
point.
what he said. The point,
Yeah.
because it contributes to the bigger conversation. Okay, I think I just wanted on record that I thought the best thing that Pep could have done, which is unrealistic, was he should have break at the end of the season, 1 year off, give it to some guy, give it to Juan Malio, and then come back. The season after. That was going to be the best thing for him. But now he's in this contract situation. I read the other day that the reason he signed it, like he knew they were in shit before he re-signed, and it was more like a pride thing. Like, I will make it right.
Yeah.
And because of that, like I've said, I back him. He's not going to go out lying down.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to throw everything at it next season. So if I'm doing this and predicting the Premier League for next season, I'm putting Man City in the top 2 or 3 automatically.
Minimum top 3.
Without now in what month they went Feb, I'm doing that without even seeing the window they have. I'm putting them there because I think Pep is going to give everything. And his boy is coming back, Rodri. And he's going to get new players. And, let's not, like Haaland's going to be hungry again. Savinho's going to be a much better player than what he is now. And he's already shown very good signs. Mamouche will be set.
Are you happy with Savinho now?
It's fine.
You're hating though.
You was hating.
No.
I'm not
holding anything.
No,
what did I say?
I
Get some goals. Get some assists.
I said,
because I said we could see this guy was good, bro.
yeah, okay.
You hate young players.
No,
Actually, that's the reality.
I don't hate young players.
Imagine it's traumatizing me. He
I
hates
don't
young
hate young
players
players.
now.
I said, I don't care how good you
gracious.
are, because at the time he was not scoring and assisting, and City were losing. So stop. I said, stop telling me how good he is.
I thought
then
you
City
love a
got
beautiful
better.
game. You're not just a stats man.
No, but I'm saying you have to contribute meaningfully.
He was.
They were losing. They were losing.
Very simplistic way.
No, but I'm just saying I needed him to do more. And then he got 1 goal. And then Sevilla said he's unlocked the output glitch. No, that's his job, dude. His job is to score and assist. There's no glitch here.
Evolving us is to be a taste. That's the issue.
Anyways, who's got more goal contributions? Savinho or Ahmad? We'll leave that to the viewers. Please comment below with who's got more right now at the time of recording. But anyways, so I think Man City, I think there's more of a positive outlook. And from what I'm gathering, none of us are in the City camp, but I hear from us, and maybe I'm dominating this. I'm going into next season as a City fan more confident than I am as an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's fine.
I back my club to do the right things more than I back.
Yeah, because they're going to have a better win than Arsenal.
Yeah,
you can guarantee that.
So City fans?
Yeah.
Not too bad.
City are going to get rid of who they need to. You still don't know if Arsenal will.
Our problems are different, bro. We down with these guys. These guys need to show us next season, bro. Maybe this is just me.
And they've got their credit in the bank. That's what you get when you win 4 in a row. Like you get the credit.
Okay,
you
bro,
get the
enough sucking them off. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways. So
in the bank.
club 4 then.
Chelsea.
It has to be Chelsea.
Can I get this one?
Yeah, go for it.
I've been waiting for this. Chelsea are done, boys.
Wait. Hang on. Before thing. If you're gonna toast Chelsea, it involves some toasting of yourself. That's all I need to hear.
One guy.
I want to hear it.
It's fine, everything. Chelsea are done. Any ambitions you guys have of a league title in this decade, it's not happening. And that's simply because you guys have spent all your money. You spent the bill. You guys are hoping Estevao, Gendry Paez, players you guys have not watched 90 minutes
Mudryk might come back.
All of the Mudryk, guys you guys have not watched, who haven't played, never mind what you guys have watched, haven't played a 100 senior game. Chelsea are hoping, wishing on a star that all these players just come right. You're hoping every single player you guys have signed has a season and impact to the level of Cole Palmer, who, by the way, isn't good enough to win a league title for anyone, as good as he is, because he's still only 1.5 seasons into actually showing us exactly what he is. And he's playing in a Chelsea side that is still being mismanaged. One, Enzo Maresca is not winning you a league title. Until Chelsea know who their coach is, until Chelsea know for certain who anyone in this team really is, until Chelsea know that actually Reece James is back now, until Chelsea know that we actually do have a goalkeeper, like for starters, like of these 8 that you currently have. There is no Chelsea league title that's coming anytime soon. To wish for that, to dream for that, just to be dishonest. And personally, I love it. If Nicholas Jackson is not good enough to win them a league title, I can only hold my hands up and say, I'm sorry that 15 goals, more or less, from a striker isn't enough. He's better than
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I initially said he's better than Rasmus Højlund. I believe he's still a top 4 level Premier League striker. I would take Nicholas Jackson to Arsenal for what it's worth. But
until he stops, until he does what he's doing at Chelsea, and then you slander him. Thank you. Like he's never shown that true consistency to be the guy that you made.
What would you guys like to say about Nicholas Jackson? Because you want me to say something clearly.
It's that I think the level that you still have him at is 1 tier too high. And he's a breakthrough. He's still trying to break through into that definitive top 4 striker, but he misses too many chances. He's erratic in his performance. He's not a reliable goal scorer yet. So to just put him in top 4, just because there's not a lot of guys better than him, is almost like there's a misalignment there. He can be good. And I think you're right there.
Yes.
He can be good. But to just, boom, top 4 striker, boom, and boom, he'll be fine. So boom, no worries.
Sorry, 15 goals is not enough for you to win the league.
You can't have it both ways.
He must do his job in the games where he misses and they don't win, and he's not doing his job.
If Nick Jackson isn't good enough, then you guys might even be a top 4 side. And I'm sorry that I misled you in that case.
So Chelsea, listen to Khanya. Nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it? Mvu, they're saying that, Khanya brought it up now. They're saying that going to the championship to get a manager to take charge of £1 billion rebuild is a sign of no ambition. Like it's one of those unambitious things they could have done. They could have.
He's saying this.
No. I heard. Oak said you can't go to the championship and fetch a manager and give him the keys to that empire.
There's no proof. There's no proof that right now that
doing better than Podge.
Frank Lampard. Start with Frank. Frank got top 4 with Chelsea without Hazard, with Tammy Abraham and the boys. Finish top 4, bro. Start there. Also fighting Conference League. He has to win that, by the way.
So you know how I feel about Frank Lampard.
No, this is not for you to ask. I want to hear your thoughts on Maresca, though, because we've had off-camera conversations about Amorim, and we're getting there quite soon. We have another club, but we'll get to United. Maresca, have you seen anything? And then
he talks too much, bro.
Your sentiment.
He talks way too much.
Your sentiment on Chelsea. So give us a trajectory. What do you see?
They need to get rid of players.
Who?
Mudryk.
He's banned. They can't really sign him right now.
Say the name.
But all these other young guys, they have Drewsby Hall, like, bro.
Say
like,
the name.
He's not even that young.
Sancho. Freedom fighter. They're calling him Mandela on the team.
Sancho start for us right now, bro. You know that.
Because we have injuries, bro. We have injuries. He wouldn't do anything. He just start. He would just be there. Thank you.
Neto. Hey.
No, Neto can stay. Pedro Neto, I stand with you.
What has he done this season?
Nice. It's a
Oh, you got a good.
Huh? The calling is also.
No, I was just thinking if he assisted on the
know what
weekend.
he's thinking.
Did he assist against Villa?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he did.
He got a good assist. Pedro Neto's fine.
He assisted Enzo.
If we're doing a ranking of who will be fine of Chelsea's attackers, I have Neto at the 2 behind Jackson. I've got Jackson, Neto, reluctantly Madueke. Then I've got Nkunku. Then I've got.
Nkunku's gone as well. Yeah,
Then I've got anyone. Then Sancho last. I don't care who's that new guy, that young guy who's playing. No. There's a young guy who's playing.
George.
Yes, I got him above Sancho. Anyways, I just wanted to make that clear.
I just think, I don't think he's doing a better job than Poch was. And I think, how many games do we have now? About 10?
Yeah.
He has to kind of
13.
match Poch's ending to the season last season to get top 4 now. I don't see them doing that. Again, I don't like managers that just talk too much, bro. He speaks like he's some guy because he won. Did he win with Leicester?
He won the championship.
Yeah, maybe he thinks he's top, but
But that's a ship.
No, shout out to him.
That was his first job.
Yeah,
in this event.
yeah. But I just think there's something about managers that come and slag players off, or like week in, week out, say, oh, they need to do this, they need to do this. Like, who keeps asking these guys these questions? Why do they allow managers to come say these things? And then when they're performing badly, it's, we're not going for the league. Top 4, we don't know. Like, no, bro, do your job.
So then what is Chelsea's standard? As a Chelsea fan, let's speak on Les's behalf right now. Les is looking at his TV screen, demanding week in, week out. So what is their standard?
They should be.
They should be a top 4 club. They have the quality. They have the squad. You told us they've got the squad quality to be top 4.
They do.
So,
but that doesn't mean they have a cohesive squad.
So if they don't, is that on the coach?
To some extent,
yes.
Okay, cool. So
I think Poch would get them top 4 with these players.
It's so natural.
I'm not allowing that. What did he show? Whoa.
The way they ended last season.
What did he do in his first season?
He got them gelling together.
Do you know he came in the middle of the season?
And he was going to fall out with these Oaks this season, dude.
What? Based on what?
Okay.
I know Poch.
Wait.
Poch would be better for United than Amorim would.
Wait. So
100%. Have you seen Amorim? That's such a low bar. That's such a low bar.
Let's say you're right. Let's say he would have fallen out with these players. You don't think he's able to churn out results?
Based on what I saw last season, I think they were just very good at the end of the season. That 4th place or whatever they got last year, when they finished?
That's when he had enough time.
How he finished the season was like...
But that's when he had enough time.
Ten Hag was messing around, like also doing nonsense. That Chelsea, wherever they finished, was not reflected.
Are people not doing nonsense this season as well?
No, but that's what I'm saying. So
Fulham could make top 4 right now. You think that it's improbable that Poch's Chelsea could have made top 4?
I just don't want it to seem like a guarantee. And he did not show me enough as a Chelsea manager for me to sit here.
But that's fine.
I'm not allowing that
handshake. They called me a Chelsea hater, but there's
I'm not allowing that handshake. I'm not allowing it.
I think from a Chelsea perspective, he also got academy players, like the same way Lampard did, back into the team. Conor Gallagher was playing very well.
From Palace?
Like
No, but I'm saying he didn't promote him from the academy. He just recalled the lone player. It's not the same.
No. That's what I'm saying. The point I'm making is that the players that the fans could connect with.
Gallagher?
Yes, and no, but I'm saying, just let me finish the point. I'm saying players that fans can connect with and players that could, even if they're not starters, can maybe remind those that are around them, because this is a squad of I don't know how many players that, what it means to be a Chelsea player and what standards that they should be adhering to. That usually comes better from players that have been in and around the system, whether or not they're starters or not.
I think Cole Palmer had a phenomenal season last year. Gallagher was up and down running, and Jackson wasn't too bad. And that's how they finished.
But we're talking about the intangibles.
So this idea that Poch was going to be proper Chelsea, I'm not buying it. That's me. Maybe I'm hating.
No, you are. But as you say, talk about the intangibles, right? You're forgetting that Chelsea were in a situation where also fighting with the penalties, bro. The basics inside that team didn't exist at all.
100%. But I think
put that in place.
I think
Maresca had a better base than Poch did.
I think Maresca has just misstepped the season by yapping. I don't think he's incapable of doing what he just said. Other than Was it Maresca's decision to sell Gallagher? I don't know, but they've got the players.
By the way, watch out,
I feel like they've got a more.
crazy.
I feel like they've got a more consistent 11/13 now. To not have a goalkeeper is ridiculous in this day and age. But other than that, you know who their defenders are. They've got I don't see Buddy Shield. Decisive's gone. I feel like they're more settled now than they were last season.
And that's a positive coming from what Poch laid down.
But I think it's also Maresca's decisions. He hasn't made 100% good decisions, but some of what we're seeing now are his decisions. So instead of, he should be kicking on, is what I'm saying. Not, we'd be better off with Poch. If I'm a Chelsea fan, I'm not sitting here convinced that we would be better off with Poch. That's me. I think I'm looking at Maresca saying, Maresca, you still have, number one, the tools. I think you've got the environment. I think Chelsea's a much more stable environment than they were this time last season. And Maresca's got, to say pedigree is a reach, but he was headhunted almost. So he's got backing. He's got backing.
You're just rinsing him now, saying came from the championship.
No, but I'm saying Chelsea went and fetched him. So in the
but
belief
you said they lack
He
ambition.
was third choice though. To say headhunted is kind of kind. They wanted McKenna. You just said no.
Another championship guy.
Yeah.
they went, I'm saying if he's in his manager's room, he can stand up and look outside and say, you know what? I need to do, I'm backing him before I turn around and look at Punch. That's me. That's me. But it seems like, okay, we aggregate the sentiment. Chelsea, just show that you're a top 4 club next year. Don't have any ambitions. Conference League, if they win it.
They need to win it. There's
who else?
Okay, cool.
I think Fiorentina's in it, no?
Aye. Who else?
No, but I'm saying, I'm saying that's the only
Conference League. So it's Conference League. They have to win it.
They have to.
If they don't win it, Maresca can go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Conference League this season, settle the squad a bit more, top 4 push next year. That's as good as it can get.
And he's also able to settle like this thing you're making where they have a more consistent level. They just have 2 different 11s, bro.
Okay. Chelsea, I think we're happy. 2 more clubs. We actually spent very long on this, which is fine. I'm enjoying this. I don't want to spend too much time on this club because I genuinely don't care about them. Tottenham Hotspur, you go.
There's really not much to say.
Yeah.
The season's been ravaged by injury. Andrew's inflexible.
At what point, and we are speaking from experience here. The manager has to take accountability for those injuries
100%.
at some stage.
Yeah.
He dusted Van der Ven and the fake Martinez. What's his name? Romero.
Yeah.
He dusted them.
200 fake Martinez is crazy.
No, but I mean, you know he's trying to be. He's not the guy. He's the right. They're both angry, short, and probably not as good as they want to be.
Romero's not even that short. You lied.
No, he's not that tall either. Anyways, this is not the Romero show, okay? So the manager, the only thing I'll say to Ange is, mate, these injuries, you can't keep talking about them. At some stage, you also have to change.
Yeah.
So injury ravage isn't cool, but he contributed a lot to that.
He makes it seem as if he has no responsibility.
It's like witchcraft. They just assist player by player.
Every 3 games they play, which they are, but also every 3 games you're playing this high line where guys are just sprinting back constantly.
You're playing the same 11. You're not rotating enough. You're only playing Jed Spence now. You're giving Ben Davies minutes ahead of him. No, he created the situation. Look, my thoughts on Andrew have been clear for a very long time. He's a super inflexible but a very ambitious coach. It's dope that Spurs have him, but he's Spurs' level, and that's really a top 6 club at best. They've been unlucky this season. They'd probably be 8th at best anyway.
Boom. Andrew's back in the summer.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So
spent racks.
A bunch of guys I don't know, but he was back. This Bergvall guy.
More.
I mean, we're naming guys. It could be anyone. It could be the guy here. It's good to name it. But they signed for Spurs. Andrew's back. Is he getting backed again in the summer?
No.
So he has to work with this group now. So what do you see for this group?
I think they'll sign another, a couple more defenders. Maybe a midfielder.
They just signed, what's his name?
Danso.
I genuinely don't know any Spurs fan. I don't care about Spurs, man. I genuinely don't like Spurs.
Yeah, let's go to the next team.
Okay, cool.
So Spurs' ambition, top 6 next year. Cool.
Top 8.
Their ambitions, top 6.
Top 8. Top 8. Top 8. It's guaranteed for Spurs. But now the time has come, and I'd like to
I'm very excited.
I'd like to just pull up the handbrake.
Yeah.
Pull up the handbrake, if you will allow me.
Go on, vent, brother.
Okay, on a very serious note. When were we here? Last year? December. Okay, cool. And not that far off the top 4. What did I say to you? I said, I don't believe our squad is that bad. I think it's a group of underperforming players who have to have their levels raised. And if they play
all the time, by the way,
they have to have their levels raised and they can get more out of that United squad. I think, and this pains me to say, I think we've shat the bed here, big time. I think on a, there is no, I've gone, in the Avengers, man. Love how they explain time. How there's like branches. You know how there's branches, right? You know how there's branches. So I've gone through all the timelines. Yeah. You know when they asked Doctor Strange how many do you win? He said one. Yeah. There's no wins here for United. I genuinely don't see a win here. Like I've looked at it. So what I'm being presented with, and I like to think I have standards, but I'm objective. So I'm not delusional, but at the same time, like I have demands for my club, right? So for number one, I do not support the Manchester United manager that doesn't win. I've decided I'm not going to support someone who doesn't win, right? Because your job, with a United manager, your job is to win. So if he's not winning, what we've been fed is time to implement a new system. But if the system isn't working with these players, there's now no evidence to suggest that it will work with a different set of players, right? Because the idea is that, okay, cool, I'm here. I'm here with my system and my way of playing. And when I get everything right, I will win. What if you get everything right and everyone's still better than you? Is one thing that's not being accounted for. Number two, every day someone's losing their job at United. We don't have the coins to get these players of his. He said, like this idea that we're going to get him his players. It's a fantasy. It's a dream. We're going to have to selling Rashford, Anthony. It doesn't matter how much money we get for these guys. We're going to end up signing and this is no disrespect. I want to make it clear. Like Dorgu is not Alphonso Davies. Dorgu is not Trent. You're not signing the top tier talents. You're signing the next guys. Yeah. And
the guys who could be
a squad full of next guys is not a good squad, whether they're his players or not. And that's my fear, is that this window that we think it's going to take 2 or 3 windows, with what coins? Like when you sell, the players that we have to get rid of are not going to make us, the money's not going to make us better. So then you're over relying on.
Rashford's going to go for like still 70, 100.
It's a 40 million buy. It's a 40 million buy clause.
Or 40?
Yes, so.
Oh man,
which is still, no, but 100%. And I'm okay, cool. So that's the second thing. It's the system or die mentality, which again I don't understand, because if the system's not working, like your job is, like I said in the group, your job is to manage, not to. You're coaching right now. You're coaching more than you're managing. And I thought about this morning. I think any serious coach who takes their managerial job seriously at this stage of the season is going for the FA Cup and the Europa League. And I don't know about you guys. I don't care about your insights about the squad. Okay, cool. We're a bit weaker because of the players we've loaned out. But United had the players 6 weeks ago to win those 2 competitions. I will not argue with anyone. To make it to a final and give yourself a chance against Man City. To make it to the Europa League final, give yourself a chance against whoever's in it. Sociedad, Roma, Tottenham. Like, this is what you do to get the fans on board anyways. So I've said this in the group. Like,
prioritize something.
Like your job is to manage now. Like, who cares, like, next season if your system is good? If we finish the season 16, you're going to have no credit in the bank, which means if you start next season poorly, you're out of a job anyways. So I don't see the long-term plan. I think it's getting to the stage where, like you said about Maresca, now he's talking too much. Like, there is no confidence. There's nothing good coming out of Manchester United there's nothing good coming out of Manchester United in the tabloid. We lose, the janitor gets sacked. We draw, the admin lady loses her job. Today, they shut down the canteen.
They said, I was having soup and bread.
Had we won against Everton, Oakland eating salmon. Now, soup and bread. You know what I'm saying? So it's that time at United where, like, it's now time for the manager to get something.
Apparently, load United as well. I don't know if you've heard. Apparently, like, they can't keep the lights off. Like, for real.
Hey man, I can believe that. I've been to Old Trafford. What a mess.
Okay. Anyways, so
150 redundancies as well. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I saw that today.
Bro.
So I'm saying, like, and then the last thing. Actually, it's not the last thing, because I could go on and on. But so trajectory-wise, let's just rewind to why I think the appointment itself. When we appointed him, I believe because he was a new guy, not because I believed in him. No elite club plays with 3 defenders. The only time you can point to that working in the Premier League was 1 season for Conte. 1 season.
And
that was even
everyone was bad.
A quarter of a way through the season, right? And a lot of players overperformed their level to get a Premier League title. Elite clubs don't play this system. the system does not suit players. And then what it does is also hinders your recruitment because now you end up signing for this system. And when he loses his jobs, we have no wingers. We've got a squad full of wing backs, too many centre backs, midfielders that are not dynamic. Like, I think we've gone down the wrong road. I'm glad. And I said to you off camera that it was good that we had better decision makers. But better decision makers can still make the wrong decision. And now I fully believe that the whole Ashworth saga, Barada going behind his back to go get Amram, I think it's now a bunch of guys who all wanted to make the right decision, and now none of them have. And I genuinely think that, like, I've said it in the group, like, we are out of banter era, we're in our humble era. I see no light at the end of this tunnel.
So I'm here to tell you now today, as a fellow United fan, wearing the same shirt as you, it's all over. I think, like, I said it jokingly before, like, we have to wait for, like, Sir Alex to pass, like, let's enter a whole new era. This Project 2027, 2028.
Project 28.
Project 28. That's done. There's no league title coming your way. You are situated worse than Chelsea are. I even haven't spent as much money. I legitimately, I don't think that I can have realistic ambitions. I don't think anyone knows what next season looks like. To try and pretend I can, this... Nothing.
And I go back to, like,
imagination.
And again, okay, cool. If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was our manager, and
you'd be in a better place.
Let's assume, no, but I'm saying if he took over in 15th, I'm saying to you,
he'll fix it.
We might get in the Champions League next season because we'll win the Europa.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying to you,
and I'd say yes.
We might. You know, you don't want to face us all these tricky raids. I don't even have belief in our best 11 right now to do anything of substance.
So there's no faith in the coach.
No faith in the coach. No faith in the players.
No faith in the board.
We have no racks. And who is the board? Because Sir Jim is just, there's no money. He bought United with no money, right? Okay, no, cool. Do you read the financial report? That had he not put in the ATMs, we would have been down to 15 M's in cash. Yeah. So, like, that is, like, that's worse than, what's his name? Bartomeu.
But
he didn't leave you with 15 M's.
And also, what Bartomeu did, he did it, and you can see why he did it. As much as some decisions were wrong, I understood why you give Messi that money. I understood why
Bartomeu didn't leave 15 M's.
I understood why you baked
15 M's cash.
They weren't great decisions, you say in hindsight. But I understood what was happening.
You have a new stadium now. You have a new stadium now. But anyway, so I'm saying on this podcast that I think we've missed the boat. And sorry, just not to hammer home on Amarim, but this idea that is so far-fetched, like, when are people going to have stop having the wool pulled over their eyes that you need it's a manager, a system, right players, then results. Whose players is Slot winning the league with? His players. No, it's not. Like, this idea that it must be your players and the system must be right and the stars must be aligned.
And the defense.
No. Before you defend him, I'll say, like, I held my hands up to this guy. I apologized. I think even within this system, you can tweak something. You can innovate. He's doing nothing. He's just saying, this is my system. These guys are not doing what we do in training, so these are the results. What is that?
And I'm saying that's not bad management.
Like, what is that,
Your job is to then, you came to Man United with one plan. So let's assume we had these guys this season and next season things go wrong. There is no plan B. There is no other way to win a game. You'd rather lose games with this idea of how to win rather than, like, do different things now. And I get the whole thing. He can't go to a back four. Guys, there's no elite club in my time whilst being alive. I thought about this the other day. Even when I wasn't watching football between 1998 and 2005, where an elite club had to wait for a manager. There has not been that period. Elite clubs go get managers, rotate, try things, sign players, doesn't work, get a new guy, compete, win. The longest stretch elite clubs go without managers is so short because they are always evolving. This idea that you have to wait for a system, like, no, I don't even think, like I said, it's not even the right system. I genuinely don't think the best football Amarim has to offer is good enough to beat Liverpool next year, or Arsenal next year, or Man City next year. I don't believe in the system. I don't believe in it.
So enough about United. What are the hopes there? What happens next season? So, what are the ambitions?
Okay, cool. So we get 25.
15th right
we
now.
get 25 M for Sanchez.
I kind of like this week. This week is the best. The 15th.
What's the contractual thing with United with Chelsea being able to sign Sancho? Don't they have to end?
No, Chelsea finished top half. Sancho signs.
For 25 M.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. 25 M. And then
so they're gonna end 11th. Watch.
No, they won't.
No, like it's 15th, bro. Chelsea have to about
15th.
That's-
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's what United are.
So in terms of hopes, you can genuinely,
Actually,
all you can point
do
to,
you think United finish ahead of Everton next season?
Do you think you finish top 10 next season?
top 10 next season, yes. Because
Better than Fulham, better than all the
no,
guys.
top
better
10
than-
guys.
better than
No.
Bournemouth.
Just let's talk about this season. Top 10 next season because we start from 0 points next season.
Yeah.
Like this guy started. He came in.
No.
As in he came with Ten Hag's deficit. So Ten Hag, like the losses on the board, 4 or 5 of them belong to Ten Hag.
Do we know?
And he lost
better of-
8.
No, I get that. But I'm saying,
Wait.
if it was a season, he'd only have 8 losses, not 12. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, wait. At this point in time,
he lost
doesn't
more than him,
doesn't
bro.
Ten Hag have more points?
Probably.
So what are we saying?
No, remember, I'm not defending him. I'm just
okay.
saying we will finish. No, I'm not saying.
You just want this clean slate.
Okay, I just want a clean slate. But okay, you asked me what are the hopes. I think the best we can do is just to have a somewhat competitive window, which is now. I don't want to just back this guy balls to the wall, but another wing back. 2 good midfielders, and sort out the centre forward position, which are all achievable things. What it won't be is, hey, here's 200 M's, go spend as you will. Now there's going to be maneuvering. So to get that centre forward, 40 M's for Rashford. So it's like, okay, cool. We've now lost Rashford, which means the money that we get has to go to either someone who we know will bang or like has the pedigree. So it's now, you're not signing another Hoyland, a guy who comes with 9 league goals.
Brenda, you're right.
Yeah, it's fine. So that's what I'm saying. The money for Sancho, cool. I don't believe in the philosophy.
But find one of those inside 10s.
No. I'm saying if you sell Garnacho for cash, use the cash wisely. I think that's what we're going to have to do. Do I believe that Man United should be selling Mino and Garnacho? No. But if they were on they're going to be on the market in the summer. Like, do we know that, right?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Man,
They will be.
Kobe, if you ever come across this video, bro, go to Spain. Go to Spain, bro.
So like, and then money for Anthony. So it's like taking huge losses on these players, writing off that cash, and then just signing more dogos, man. Signing Oaks who can run and kick at this point.
I won't lie. Signing wing backs kind of months, bro. Like if my club was signing a wing back, I would lose my head, bro.
We're gonna sign a fullback this one.
No, a wing back. Like you're saying someone that play like
can only play.
like that months.
So anyways,
So much.
I don't know.
No, that's it. No,
Any sort of optimism? No.
yeah, like top. Wherever Spurs and United will finish within 6 points of each other, wherever that is, that's the story next
So
year.
yeah, it's now. I think it's hope and pray. And the fact that like do you understand the conversation we had about trophies and success? You understand it now. The difference between
nice.
No. I'm saying.
Lick back.
No. I'm not getting my lick back. I'm saying to you, like, do you understand why? Like, just that belief that you can win a cup.
Look, I think it does a lot, but I think the unfortunate thing is that with the team you guys currently are, a lot of it is because you won a trophy. You kept Ten Hag because you won a trophy.
Yes, we kept Ten Hag, but it's not like.
But
I think that's my point.
But that's a board level decision, right? That's not what you're speaking about
Yes,
now.
I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about like winning games. Okay, cool. If Everton knock us out of if we play Everton in a knockout, like, actually, no, let me not use Everton. I don't know a team that I want to face between now and the end of the season. I can't look. You know, when you can look, when you're really good, you look at the fixtures and you're like, okay, we'll win a lot of those games.
Yeah.
When you're average, you're like, okay, we might win some of those games. And that's where we were a lot of under Ten Hag.
Yeah. Whereas right now you don't even know where the next one comes.
There is I do not see where the next W comes. And like, it's either we lose like 4 in 7 or we win 4 in 7. But it's all the same. It's all the same.
If you played Arsenal in a Europa League semi-final, whatever, I know in the Champions League or FA Cup semi-final, you think you'd beat us? I'm just testing it.
Yes.
No, but I'm saying the difference is.
I think they'd beat us.
I think they'd beat us too.
I don't
think
think
they
we
beat
would, because
I think we'd beat us.
it's about the shape that we arrived at Man City in December, Liverpool in January, Arsenal FA Cup. We arrived in those in like decent shape where we were like, hey, let's see what we can do against the big teams. I think if you lose against all the games that we've been losing, the way we've been losing, you arrive to a semi-final, you get steamrolled because there's no belief Like
You fall back to the belief you had last season when you won the competition, like you're saying now.
playing but now it's system, bro, system. Like you said, we do this in training, so you have to do it, guys. Forget about running back and being compact and not conceding goals and not giving up chances. Forget about system.
This guy.
System.
I know.
Our best player is right wing back. Anyways, so I think from top 6, let's just run through it. Liverpool, optimistic for rebuild.
Yeah, tell it to Dennis.
Arsenal, era
Next
defining.
season again, you have them as title contenders.
We're doing headlines, guys.
Tell it to Dennis, yeah.
Liverpool title contenders next season. Arsenal, era defining window. Man City, Pep will give it his all. Chelsea, better than United. Spurs, next. United, no hope. Any disagreement?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. So then now we've covered the traditional top 6. And maybe to close off the episode, I'll ask you guys a broader question about competitiveness within the Premier League.
Yeah.
This season, Forest is chilling in third on 47 points. Comfortably third. You and I have gone back and forth about who's better between Aston Villa and Newcastle, but I don't think, regardless of who's better, one is going to Cup and one is in the Champions League. So they're having very good seasons, regardless of their current league positions, which are very close. It's all topsy-turvy. You've got teams who are good, maybe not top 10 good, but like can give anyone a run for their money.
Yeah.
Fulham, Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. So the league table, in the beginning of the season, I would have told you like everything will balance out. Like your Bournemouths will go down.
Yeah.
Everyone, your Uniteds will go up.
Spurs will be top half.
Exactly.
Things, yeah.
But now, like, Forest are on track for European football. European football.
Yeah,
Could finish anywhere between 1st and 8th.
Yeah.
European football. Villa and Newcastle all vying for European football. So I don't believe in the destruction of the top 6. I think the top 6 still have too much financial muscle. They're the best. They're best suited to get themselves back on track if they fall off. But is it a good or bad thing for the competitiveness on the Premier League if Man United and Spurs are 13th and 15th, but Forest are 3rd and Villa are 6th and Bournemouth are 7th? Like, does that make it, this competitiveness, is it now diluting the quality because everyone can beat everyone, which means no one is that good? Or is it now we're reaching like a singularity where like the Premier League, it's just convergence now and all the teams are just getting to like the same level of good, where unless you're a runaway contender, the top 2 or 3, like everyone else is just on this level? Like, is that a good or bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing.
Why?
It just shows that the teams like United, like Chelsea, like Spurs are all just using their money like, terribly. They all have coaches who are kind of inflexible, not as adaptive, and honestly just not on the level of those teams. Reality is all 3 of those coaches, Maresca, Ange, and Amorim, are managing jobs that are their biggest ever. And none of them have the pedigree to have been anywhere else. And I don't think that they can all go to better jobs from this position. So I think it's a pretty bad thing for the Premier League holistically that these teams are floundering the way that they are. It hurts the product holistically.
But in line with the management chats, the other teams you'd say, what I'm gathering is that you're saying they also have better managers than those clubs. So I know you think very highly of Areola. Do you think you'd be doing a better job at any one of these clubs? Anyhow, probably. I think you probably could, but then he's another manager.
You've changed Eddie Howe stance.
No. I praised him for his job at Newcastle before.
No, but I mean, you used to hate Eddie Howe.
I never hated him.
No.
They're linking with Arsenal.
Yes.
And that's why.
Okay, no, but
that's why most of us.
He's been anti-Howe. I'm shocked. He's been anti-Howe before.
Look,
There's anti-Howe messages in the group.
No, look, and they come from me, and that's largely because of where he gets linked. Him at Newcastle is fine.
I praised his job at
but
Newcastle.
You still think Newcastle could do better than him at some point with the money that they have.
Okay, cool.
But Areola, Emery, and how do you think they'd be doing a better job at either one of those 3 clubs?
Yeah, I think so. I think Howe does a better job at United than Amorim does.
I think so too.
Dude, you do a better job than Amorim right now because you're not going to go in there with such naivety. Like Amorim, let's remove him from the
reality
point of the
would be better for you
he's
guys.
probably a better fit.
Even culturally.
Yeah.
And so, okay, cool. Thank you for bringing this up. That's a fantastic question. Because now I think what I'd like to bring up is this idea of like the job. Like I said, you highlighted Ange, Maresca, Amorim.
Yeah.
Probably all 3 really good coaches. But who's performing better than them this season? Eddie Howe, manager. Unai Emery, renowned, elite, just sub-elite manager.
Yeah.
Someone who's able to work with what they have, get the best out of people, understand the culture, get fans on board. That is what we measure. Like when you say Newcastle, Villa are doing well, Bournemouth are doing well, it's belief. they go into games believing they can win. Knowing how they'll play is one thing, but like whether they win or lose, the fact that they can go the next week and change things and go again, like that's what management is. So on the point of why I don't think Eddie Howe, Emery and them would do better is because we've seen what Emery, like there's a certain level to manage at a big club. I now firmly believe that.
Okay.
I thought you could just go and be a good coach, get the players on board. I probably believed in what Man United believed in Emery, in Amorim, until I've seen it now. Now I believe that Unai Emery at Arsenal was his level at Arsenal. Regardless of the players, that was his Arsenal level. And he's now a better fit at Villa because that's his level. Same way in Spain, like there's levels. We say there's levels, but I now firmly believe that these top 6 jobs and the ones we've gone over there's an order of magnitude bigger jobs than the rest of the league, which is why Nuno Espirito Santo was good at Wolves, failed at Spurs, and now is succeeding at
But
Forest.
Spurs also dusted him online. Like,
Yeah,
But
they
I'm
stitched
saying,
him up, bro.
that's what I'm saying. That's the nature of the job. Then it's
Okay,
not
fair
like
enough.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking of that respect clip from Mourinho. United drove Mourinho mad to the point where he had to tell everyone he won 3 chips. Like that's a madhouse.
Yeah.
It's a madhouse there. Chelsea, how many managers in the
Yeah,
last?
bro, United made us look at Mourinho in a crazy way. Like this is an all-time.
And then Spurs.
Yeah,
So
like,
now
yeah,
you start to
yeah.
realize, hang on, this Big Six is a real thing. It's not just the case of hire the right coach,
Yeah.
recruit, like
No, there's lots of intangibles to it. And you're right about managers having levels. We've spoken about managerial ceilings before
100%.
as a concept. I just think that to some extent, with Amram specifically, I think he got the job too early. Like in a literal sense, as in he probably should have come at the end of the season.
He should have held his ground.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
He should have held his
yeah.
ground.
So that's one part of it. And I also think just in his career, I think it's a bit ridiculous to have 2 jobs and then be managing United in this time. Like I think Amram goes
pedigree.
on.
It goes back to pedigree.
Definitely.
And that's why, and then you realize, hang on, 3 or 4 years ago, the argument against the Conte, a Tuchel, a Zidane would have been, but they're not long term. They won't be here in 3 years. Then you realize those managers set a standard, become super competitive, and then they are judged like the reason they leave clubs in decent enough shape. They don't leave tatters.
Yeah.
Tuchel did not leave Chelsea in tatters. They destroyed themselves from within.
Yeah.
Shout out Ukraine. But I don't know if that
Insane things to say.
I'm saying, you get what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying. On the record, I'll go.
Chelsea destroyed themselves from within. But I'm saying if you hire, like, I now believe more than ever that United should have got a Tuchel and not worried about the long term. And you actually would have been fine because I don't think Aston Villa signed Emery with the long term in mind.
Yeah.
I don't think Newcastle, when they picked Eddie Howe, had 5 years in mind. We always call these guys the guy before the guy.
Yeah.
But it's now like you can, if you recruit well and get results, you keep your job.
Yeah.
And like it becomes a virtuous cycle where, okay, cool. I thought Eddie Howe wouldn't last 2 years under Saudi.
Yeah.
But he just remained competitive, got Champions League. He fell out of the Champions League and then took the slump at the beginning of this season and then made them really good again.
Yeah.
Emery took over from Stevie G, turned them super
Into a
competitive.
serious team.
Look at Iraola. It doesn't matter what Bournemouth do next season.
Yeah.
He's earned that credit in the bank where he's like, okay, cool. This is Bournemouth now. And then the only thing you have to do at that level, I think, is to not become Southampton. Where in 2 years now you're getting relegated. Do not do a Brendan Rodgers and fifth something relegation.
Yeah.
That's the only job now, is to not go. And then I think that's how you keep those jobs. But I'm now of the belief that these big jobs are for big managers only. And it should just be passed around. So welcome to Old Trafford, Luis Enrique. Like, honestly, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it.
There's no way on earth.
I've already eyed him.
There's no way he joined you. He turned down Chelsea. No, it was serious. You reckon Spanish leagues that much more?
Man United. No, but I'm being serious. Like,
after this season, that's not going to hit the same, man.
what?
This Man United chat. This
Too big to fail. Too big to fail. But
First went down, Leeds went down. Hey, man.
so I think the only thing that United have in their favor is that those things have happened. So
Yeah.
at least someone can be like, guys, this is those Leeds. Leeds didn't know.
Yeah.
Leeds were having too much fun. Leeds were having too much fun. We can now, it's like, okay, wait, United
can get that
might
bad.
be, and we don't even have to look that far. Just look at Everton. Because one too many relegation escapes, and all of a sudden, that's your standard.
Yeah.
And then instead of
stay
hiring Carlo Ancelotti, you're hiring Sean Dyche. So I'm now, So back to competitiveness. I think you said it's bad for the league.
Yeah.
That smaller clubs are overperforming, or that the big clubs are
The big clubs are so
splurging
mismanaged.
money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you're
I'm on the same side.
okay. Then I have a question for you guys both on this topic of recruitment. I think personally now, recruitment is now overcomplicated. I think clubs are going out of their way to like follow the Brighton model. I'm trying to think of relevant examples in recent years, but let's just stick to Brighton.
The Dortmund kind of thing of just signing young players.
It's just like, okay, let's sign the next best thing.
Yeah.
Let's sign the next, but not.
Is it that French striker? I don't know how to pronounce
Ekitike?
it. Yeah, like we need someone to bang now.
Okay.
But no.
I think that's slightly different.
Yes, I have Ekitike. Huh?
He's good.
Who?
Ekitike.
Thank you. I have him above that tier of player. I'm talking about like.
The guy that's 20 years old and has played 18
Let's use Khanya's favorite. Thank you for sparking this train of thought. Let's use senior appearances as a yardstick again. Like the guy.
Like I want to know who he is, bro. Like enough of players who get to a team and you say, actually, dog, is this guy left or right for today? Like, we're not sure. Like ideally, you're just signing players who have a proven body of work, who can come and deliver immediately.
Because every second week I'm hearing, okay, this club is linked with this youngster. The guy's 16, bro. We're not gonna win with him. You know what I'm saying? This William Esteban for how much? United are tapping up youngsters all over the world. We're 15th, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Now's not the time.
We need like a Casemiro, Ericsson, Mount.
We come to all on tape.
You know what I'm saying? But do you guys think that? I mean, Toby laughed at me the other day when I said the reason Forest where they are now is because they have a competent manager and they've recruited well enough over the past 2 years where now they've got really good players.
Yeah.
So, do you think recruitment is overplayed now?
110%. Like it is that issue that people are thinking almost too forward thinking. Like this idea that everything's going to go right, all these players are going to work out well. But I was talking about Chelsea earlier. I think it is a league issue right now. People aren't being realistic. Like there should be somebody looking genuinely. Why is Bruno still at Brentford, folks?
Yeah.
Like someone go fetch him quickly. Spurs, you guys don't want him. You want to sign Odegaard from Burnley instead. I think those kinds of signings are happening. I think this idea that everything's going to work out, they're going to be really good really early on and it'll be fine. When the reality is, and we can say this as Arsenal fans, look, if you do that for too long, at some point in time, you just become the guys where players go to because they can prove themselves with you and leave.
Yeah.
That becomes those players' ambitions. They're not coming to you to try and win. In fact, they are fine with top four. You then sign players with no ambition. Your club cannot move forward. And you end up in situations where your favorite player joins your most hated rival.
But do you think how much of this is an affordability thing? Because signing the likes of Mbemo, Brentford have seen how much Declan Rice went for.
Yeah.
Brentford have seen how much Caicedo have went for.
Yeah.
They're going to try and release these players for the same amounts where young players, yes, they are overpriced, but you can kind of get them for slightly less and people look at, okay, in 5 years, this is what he might be like.
You have to look outside of just the league, man. The scouting has to be more expensive.
We're aligned there.
It doesn't.
They're lazy.
Yeah,
They're very lazy.
If the idea in Mvuleywa is 60, you don't want to pay 60. But there are other leagues.
Yeah.
If we know that almost all of League One is cash strapped, fetch a guy there who's been performing for quite some time. It's not that difficult.
Hey,
and they produce players.
We're getting Jonathan David.
Are you?
And Angel Gomez on the free. We're saving cash.
Let's go. That's huge, actually. That's great news. I hope.
I think, okay, we're all aligned on that. We kind of have the trajectories of the top 6 clubs. I would like to end this episode off with a quick fire round of...
Don't start with me.
No. We're just going to run through Champions League. At the time of recording, we know the round of 16 draw. What I'm going to do now, we're going to quick fire bracket this thing all the way to the final.
Yeah.
And everyone is going to leave here picking a Champions League winner. So I'm going to go through the ties and I need answers very quickly, guys. PSG, Liverpool.
PSG.
Liverpool.
Okay. Into your mic.
Liverpool.
Okay, cool. Bruges, Villa.
Villa.
Madrid, Atleti.
Madrid.
Yeah. Madrid.
Yeah.
PSV, Arsenal.
Arsenal.
PSV. I don't have faith.
I was finished.
I don't have faith. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I have no faith, bro.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Feyenoord, Inter.
Inter.
Munich, Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
Munich. Dortmund.
Arsenal should win that game, by the way.
Dortmund, Lille.
Fuck it. Leo.
Leo.
And then
Actually, no. Dortmund.
Barca,
Oh, no,
Benfica.
yeah, Dortmund. Yeah, they did.
Barca, Benfica, Barca.
Barca.
Okay, cool. So we've got our thing. I want to pull up the bracket quickly, just so I get the right ties. But, okay.
Majority wins here, right? So
Yeah.
you both said PSU. Did you both say Liverpool? Did we both say Liverpool?
No, he's got PSG.
You have Liverpool, PSG. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a very good game.
I've got PSG.
Okay.
Why could I not find this bracket? But anyways, okay.
I need PSG to win, though.
We know. Okay, wait. I need to find this bracket because we know that if Arsenal wins,
So
I think if Arsenal win, they play the winner of Inter versus Feyenoord.
no.
No. You
We
play
play the
Madrid.
wins. We played. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're
Yeah,
right.
we played Atletico. Real. We're getting smoked, bro.
Cannot smoke. But, we're not going to win it. But, like, come on. I don't have to do this again and say be hopeful. I'm not doing that again.
I'm not hopeful.
Yeah.
Like, I would love for us to win.
Oh, wait for Tab. I just want to say, this is a very important
Yeah. Let's go to the ad break.
While we're here.
Ad break.
Please. 2026. Neymar's story is not done. For those who've doubted, Thabani, we are on our way back. And I've never been
On
happier.
your way back where though?
To the top.
To the top of the Brazilian league.
I love when great players have
Thank
great
you.
endings. So
I've got
I
the-
really hope that happens. Hope he's fit.
Okay, I've got the bracket now. So, the winner of PSG Liverpool faces the winner of Bruges Villa.
Yeah.
So we got PSG through.
Yeah.
Okay, PSG against Villa.
Yeah.
PSG.
Okay, cool. The winner of Madrid Atleti faces the winner of PSV Arsenal. We've got Arsenal and Madrid.
Madrid.
So Madrid beat Arsenal. So we've now got a semi-final of a quarter-final of PSG Madrid.
PSG. I think it's PSG.
That's the semi-final, by the way. So that means Real Madrid go to the final. On the other side of the bracket, Benfica Barca, winner of that tie, plays the winner of Dortmund Lille.
Barca.
Okay, cool. And then the winner of Leverkusen Bayern plays the winner of Feyenoord Inter.
Inter.
Ha!
Yeah.
Actually, why am I surprised? Okay, fool, I'm okay with that. Okay, so now in our semi-finals on the one side, we've got, we said PSG Madrid. We've got
You said
I said
PSG.
PSG. You guys said Madrid though.
PSG going to the final.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And on the other side,
You
we've
have
got,
PSG Inter final, don't you?
Yeah.
and you?
I'm Barca, bro.
Barca all the way.
Yep.
Hey, PSG Barca
It's
final?
gonna Barca.
You've got PSG Inter final? PSG Inter final, I'm not watching that. I'm not.
Okay.
Nah, I'm not watching that.
I
PSG.
think if Barca do get to play Inter in the semis, if we can go that far, hopefully there's no slip up. That's going to be a very difficult game. I'm interested to see how we can do with that.
Actually, no. PSG into final, I'd say Inter win.
Inter would win.
Yeah.
If Inter get to the final, they're winning.
Blow up PSG if that happens. I'm sorry. Why waste our time then and beat Madrid to lose in the final? Don't do that. Like, they mustn't do that. Also, reaching a final after Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar leave. Don't waste my time then. Win the thing
I
or go home.
don't think PSG would knock out Madrid when if they play each other, bro.
Especially if the second leg is the Bernabeu. Like, you know how it goes.
It's not even about Madrid juice in this thing. Like,
The same play quality.
yeah.
No, look.
And I think they're picking up form at the right time of the season. Like they're not
PSG.
super convincing. No. Maybe I'm. There's just this thing about PSG in this competition that
No,
like
look. I think what you guys are saying makes the most sense. I think that picking PSG is a bit of a rogue shot. there's a vibe around them right now.
they're playing very well. They're playing very well.
There's a vibe around them right now that, like, I'm looking at Madrid. I'm just like, I don't know if they're doing it like that right now. Like,
Who's your winner?
I just don't.
Now that the waffle is over, let me tell you guys what's going to happen. I've got PSG
Nostradamus
seeing
over
Villa
there.
and going to the semi-final. I've got Madrid going to the semi-final. Just about. I think the Atleti tie is going to take a lot out of them, but then they'll definitely have enough for PSV in the quarters.
Not Arsenal.
I've got Barca have to
No,
win.
but I think this season is done. Like the wheels are gonna fall off this season. Like we're going. I think we're gonna lose a few more games.
Oh, yeah, finish second.
Quick fire.
Yeah.
My
But
quick
it's
fire.
gonna be a bad.
My
second.
gun is jamming right now because of you guys.
It's gonna be
I've
a
got
bad.
Barca
second.
winning their bracket. I do see them seeing off Benfica, and definitely they'll beat Dortmund or Lille. They have to. I've got Barca
They have
all
to.
the
If
way
they
in my
don't, it's
series.
embarrassing.
In my other semi, I have Bayern Munich purely because we are Bayern Munich. I'm not going to bet against them. I understand. I think we can beat Inter with the right. If we have fit players, we can definitely beat Inter.
When was the last time you guys beat Leverkusen?
2 years ago.
Maybe even longer.
Just checking.
Because we lost almost every game last season.
Yeah.
And we drew now and got smoked.
Yeah.
No,
Just checking.
We lost 0-0. You speak to anyone, it sounds like we lost the game.
I
The game was 0-0.
was just wondering. That's
But
all.
anyways,
I was just wondering, bro.
If you watched the game, it felt like a
you know
loss.
Champions League, right?
Yeah.
You know who we are. Cool. Then I've got Barca,
You're a
Bayern.
Bayern fan, man.
I've got Barca, Bayern in the semis. The return of Hansi Flick.
So you backing company, by the way. Sorry, this is just another thing.
I'm backing Harry Kane and Olise at this point.
Is Harry Kane fit?
He will be.
He will be.
Yeah, he will be.
Do you think he's a guy that will like get you over? Like he'll win you those games?
Oh my God.
No, but it's a genuine question.
Just yeah.
It's about everyone has to show up. Everyone has to show up.
Do you think he will?
Everyone
Will he
has to show up.
rise to the occasion?
Hey. Last season, away at the Bernabeu.
Will he rise to the
85
occasion?
minutes we're going through. It's sub Kane, we'll get knocked out.
And I
with
was very vocal about that.
And with that, Bayern beat Barca in the other semi-final. I've got Madrid, Bayern in the final, and then
Madrid with that.
Madrid with
10 times out of 10.
Yeah. Actually, no, company doesn't make a Champions League final.
Yeah, why
I
are you doing this?
We've got an El Clasico final.
Yeah.
If Barca played Madrid, do you think Madrid would win?
In the final.
Yeah. You know what my thing is? I believe we can, but there's no way we'll play Madrid 5 times in one season and beat them every single time.
You say eventually.
Eventually.
And I would hate for it to be that
Mbappe will
time.
know what offside is.
I'd rather lose the Copa del Rey if we pass Atletico, or we lose against them in the league, because Rendai would just be here.
So my thing is that you say that sometimes when a manager has the beating with another one, that's just the case. Like that stretch where, let me finish. That stretch where Tuchel kept beating Pep as Chelsea went towards the Champions League final. You think in the FA Cup, they won't beat them, but they did. You think in the League Cup, in the league game, they're not going to get past them, but they did.
It's just different because, this is Madrid's competition. That's the only reason.
100%.
So,
but I think of all the teams in the world,
best Clásicos to lose the season were the ones that they lost. The first one and the Cup final. Those are the best ones.
100%. But I think if there's any big team that doesn't necessarily fall by the wayside of Real Madrid, it is Barca.
Even in the Champions League.
But we've had this conversation about
the last time Barca Madrid played each other in the Champions League, in the semi-final, we lost.
Guys, we've had
There's
this
no Messi
conversation
though.
about you're sitting in the dressing room, 2 dressing rooms. I'm looking to my right.
No, look,
I'm looking to my left. One camp.
We won it just now.
Serial winners.
Yeah.
Everyone in that room except for Mbappe has touched the trophy. Maybe I sent you.
Yeah, but
Next door?
I don't like the way you're putting this, because you make it like Barca's a club that has won these trophies multiple times.
Yeah, but the guys inside your team right now.
Bro, but okay.
You guys have won Champions League in 10 years.
But I'm saying Lewandowski's won it.
10 years.
No, I know, but I'm saying Lewandowski doesn't have this hangover that these, like a lot of these Barca players.
He's won it, and he looks to his left. Who else is?
No, but I'm saying
he looks to his right.
Wait. I'm saying that never mind who's won this competition specifically. The hangover that these Barca players would have had from losing, going out in the previous competitions, like all of those players are gone now. None of them are there.
So it's the first time.
The same way,
a lot of those Barca players will be the winning first Champions League
also
final.
gone.
So
but I'm just saying that
you're not better off immediately because those who lost
are gone.
lost, because they're also the guys who won.
I'm not saying that is the reason. I'm not saying that's the reason we'll win, but that is certainly a reason why. Like people are not going to go into that game with like the thought, oh fuck, we lost. No.
I'm saying Madrid will have the upper hand because they've
it's
won.
a
They've
positive
been there
thing,
before,
as opposed to just a blank slate.
No one in that.
You'd rather have
Even
Mbappe
Mbappe not being in a Madrid shirt has been to a final. They've been on those. Mbappe's been on the biggest stage, and he looks. Everyone there, we can point. What's your biggest moment?
Luckily, we have players that have won silverware and have won international trophies, so should be good.
Not a lot.
No, I know it's not a lot, but I'm saying there's players that will not be fearful.
It's not.
One camp will have more.
I hope we get an El Clasico final. I think that would be amazing, and it's probably
most likely.
The way I see it, that is the best possible final, because I don't see another team going to the final giving us this amount of off-field talk. Enough reason to win. Like I said, PSG Inter. I'm not watching that game, bro. I'm not watching that game.
I just don't think if Barca were to lose that final, I don't think we would. But I'm saying if we, I don't think it would be because Madrid have been here before. Like that's just not going to be the case.
You say that, but then at the end, like you know how Madrid win their games, so they probably do.
I know,
that
but I'm
thing
saying
where they're behind for 70 minutes.
But I'm saying this is also a side that's played them and beaten them before. So I think
it's their competition. We have to give them their
No. I know. Complete
respect to them. I'm just saying that I think I would be more on your side if these sides did not face each other at all as well.
Nobody in world football is better equipped to take on Madrid in a final this season
Then Barca.
than Barca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's what we all
And
agree.
even in that
more
world,
than Liverpool,
Madrid are
more than
favorites.
more. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah. No, that's fine.
being favorites is fine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying like we're not going to lose that game because Mbappe is looking. They look at Mbappe and say, this guy can win us this.
Do you know what
like,
Barca have in their favor in a final? That is one leg. That is it's win or die. That's what you probably have in your favor because then it's more about your execution of your game plan, which so far this
and
season
we have Lamine.
we got KD, but they got Jenny McDaniels. Like, dude, like they have Lamine, they got Vinny. Like, it doesn't work in there.
Do you know Mbappe hasn't beat Dilam? Oh no, did he? Oh, he was subbed off that game. To be fair,
He's about to say Mbappe hasn't beaten him.
And
with that guy says so much.
Yes,
We need to another Debate Never Die episode. That was a good one.
bro.
Really enjoyed that.
Snatching chains.
Shout out Neymar scoring Olympicos in the Brazilian PSL. Keep going, man. I was once told you could play anywhere in world football, but as with everything,
story's not done.
just like we started, when you talk too much, sometimes you have to pay the
The
price.
story's not done. I'm never wearing another United jersey. This has been a terrible experience.
We hope you enjoyed our look into the crystal ball. We'll be back at some stage to review our predictions. But I will end off with some positivity. Like I always tell you, my friend, the sun will shine again. Thank you so much for being here.
well hosted.